41, welcome back. Kids go through a number of phases trying to figure out their identity, figure out who they are, and decide what they want in life. But sometimes it's not a phase. And over the past couple of days here, we've heard from parents of transgender teenagers and the teens themselves on how challenging life can be when the journey to finding oneself takes a number of detours. And today we will hear from two local doctors on how we can best support our kids on that journey and help them to succeed. Parenting is no easy feat, and parenting styles can change from one generation to the next and even from one child to the next. But as Dr. Kathy Anderson explains, it can often be helpful to take a step back and simply reflect on what it was like growing up.
If you can take yourself back to that time in your own life, identity is vitally important. How a person identifies and how a child who is becoming an adult identifies is vitally important to how that child and adult does short and long term.
Sometimes that struggle with identity can be overwhelming, and a significant struggle for some is gender, which is a topic that many don't understand.
Children are not impulsively becoming transgender. This is a huge decision, and in most children becomes known after years of internal struggle, sort of, with understanding how they fit into this body.
Dr. Gabriella Belf is a local psychiatrist and explains that while the idea of struggling with gender is a relatively new idea around here, it's been around in other countries and cultures for many, many years.
In our society, especially here in North Dakota, where we have more solid views on what we are and how we should behave and how we should appear, that can raise a challenge.
Dr. Belf adds that while the medical world works to catch up to understand, we can learn a lot from other cultures and populations. And who will have most of the answers?
The scientific answer to this is your child will know what identity he, she, they, is, and this may change. One thing that I learned that I was not aware of is how natural is to expect these fluctuations, and can be maddening for people who want numbers and want clear expectations, plans, careers for their kids.
And no matter what aspirations a parent has for their child, Dr. Anderson and Dr. Belf emphasize the importance of supporting our children through these changes and challenges, and to know that being supportive does not necessarily mean to fully understand.
If they don't feel safe, so if, let's say, the parent catches the boy with makeup and makes fun of them, this is taken as a judgment, and that kid will know that is not safe to figure out or play around with their identity.
Once a child feels that they can be who they really are, Dr. Belf says that life can change drastically.
Once they are accepted, even if they don't go through anything, no hormones, no surgeries. Actually, very few people choose to go all the way with surgery, by the way. They feel so much better. Anxiety goes way down to a level that's comparable to their peers. Depression lifts. And when you look at their parameters for mental health, they actually do better than their peers.
And ultimately, wrap your child in a nurturing environment where they can thrive. And as Dr. Belf mentioned, very few transgender individuals actually choose to have that surgery. So many will see a family doctor or an endocrinologist for hormonal treatments, a psychologist, and sometimes a psychiatrist. And while finding that right team of doctors is important, she stresses that as with all of our kids, a parent's support is actually what matters most. That you are the role model.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems so difficult. I can't even imagine, how hard life is just every day. And yes. I really appreciate the reports you've been doing on this.
Thank you. Yeah, there are constantly new discoveries there. So.
Yeah.